or not different. It's completely unrelated to what we were just talking about, but it's just like I really do hate console elitists and PC elitists. I really do.
Yeah, I don't really care either way.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care if you prefer a console or a PC or whatever. It's just don't be a shithead about it.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, because it's just like
I proposed the Voyage.
Okay, I don't have a lot of money, so I can't buy shit. Okay, so yeah, but the reason
You don't have a lot of money. I got like 9 gold on me.
Yeah. Okay, so the reason I say I don't like elitists like that is because I got into sort of an argument with someone who says Kingdom Hearts 3 shouldn't come to the Xbox One at all. And it's just like, why do you want
people? Doesn't really matter.
I know. It's just like, if Square Enix is willing to develop the game for that console, why the fuck not? Let them just do it.
That's like when people got mad salty for Crash Bandicoot going to like the Switch and shit like that.
It's on Switch, like, PC, and Xbox now.
Not that big of a deal. Yeah, like, woo.
There are some people that are salty that the Spyro trilogy is not coming to the Switch and PC at the same time as Xbox and PS4, but apparently on Nintendo America's website or the store or some shit, they have it listed there, but they haven't revealed it yet. So I don't even know.
Alright, so go ahead, just due south.
Alright. What I wanted to do. But yeah, it's just like, oh shit! You already raised the anchor. Good thing I caught. Good thing I caught it. Okay. So
it is literally that right there. All those fucking rocks.
Yeah. So...
Yeah, no. Like, I don't really give a rat's ass about console elitism, especially like, oh, it shouldn't go to that because it started on PlayStation. Like,
yeah.
When it goes to another console, it means it will sell better because now it's available on consoles for people who don't want to have both systems, which guess what? That means they might make another one because popularity now.
Yeah, it's the same shit as why I want the Kingdom Hearts collections to come to Xbox as well, because the Xbox is basically a lot the same as the PS4.
They'd have to code the port differently because of Xbox standards versus PlayStation standards. So they probably won't because they'll just be lazy as shit unless it does really well on Xbox. If it does really well on Xbox, they might go, ooh, you know what?
It is true, but I'm hoping that it does decently well on the Xbox, that they do eventually port them, because it's just like, have you played a Kingdom Hearts game ever?
I played 1, 2, 375 and 4th days, or whatever the hell it's called.
358 over 2.
One that was for, 358 over 2. Like, that weird one. I enjoyed it, but it was weird as hell.
Oh, yeah.
Can you drop the anchor?
There we go.
I gave you a heads up just because I knew you wouldn't be right at it.
I mean, I was right behind you, so...
Shipwreck Bay is kind of a piece of shit.
Yeah.
So, I don't know where the sandbar begins on this place, especially with it being night.
Yeah.
Actually, it began pretty much right where we stopped.
Okay. But
But yeah, just kill skeletons, so just look for skellies with bandanas.
Yeah. So basically, since I have both major consoles right now, like PS4 and Xbox One, I got the Kingdom Hearts collections, and I've played one I'm going by continuity order. 1, Chain of Memories. 2, I've seen the cinematics for 358 and Recoded. And I started Birth by Sleep, and since the 2.8 collection came out before 1.5 plus 2.5 on PS4, I played Dream Drop Distance and 0.2, and so I've seen Let's Plays of all the games, so I know what goes on in them. And yeah, the reason I asked you why, if you've played a Kingdom Hearts game, is that the Kingdom Hearts series is very continuity based. You need to play all of the games to understand what the fuck's going on in the next one.
Yeah.
Which is one of the reasons I would hope that they port the collections.
358, not 385.
But the thing is,
yeah.
The thing is, 358, it answers questions you would have only asked if you played Kingdom Hearts 2. But you don't, from what I've seen, you don't necessarily need to play Kingdom Hearts 2 to get what's going on in that game. It's just that it has no setup.
Yeah, it just is very confusing. You're like, wait, why are we doing all this? Who are we? But it does a very good job at explaining it. Like, in my personal opinion, I actually preferred that one the best because it felt like you had a lot more say in your character as opposed to the Kingdom Hearts games. Like,
you mean the regular ones?
1 and 2, because I haven't played the other ones yet.
Yeah.
It felt like you were a lot more like handheld. Like, you couldn't influence as much in that.
Yeah. I mean, the 358 is just the story of Roxas, so it's meant to be sort of that way where you can connect to him more and everything, and the other games you're just pretty much along for the ride because they're basically power fantasies.
Yep.
Just a heads up though.
Next we gotta go southeast.
Yeah. So if you ever play Birth by Sleep and Dream Drop Distance, in some ways they are not like the first two main Kingdom Hearts games, because the enemies are fucking randomized as hell. They get rid of the MP bar for a dex system where you have random spells that recharge. Or I shouldn't say random, you pick them up as you go, but still.
Sometimes. It's like, for example, there's this one game, well, technically now there's two of them. Sequel just released, like, yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. They're called Pillars of Eternity and Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire, and they are based on the typical D&D style of gaming. But if you know anything of D&D, usually you have a limited number of spell slots when you're like a paladin, wizard, whatever. But instead, what Pillars of Eternity does, in order to make it feel more like a game and less like a rigid rule system, is they make it so you have a limited number of uses per exchange. So, like, for example, rather than having, like, 4 cantrips and 2 level 1 spell slots, you instead get 3 zeal points per instance of combat. Mm-hmm. So it basically just makes it more fluid. So, like, it can work a different system like that. It depends upon how it's executed, though. That is the main. Yeah.
Let me tell you how it's executed in Birth by Sleep. Birth by Sleep.
Let me tell you, pull up the chair.
Birth by Sleep, you level up the spells. Okay. In Birth by Sleep, you level up the spells as you go. They level up to level 3 for basic spells. More powerful spells can get up to level 4 or 5, depending on which one. Then you can meld the commands.
To level up, though.
No, you do it as you go, unless if you're grinding.
Okay, so then it's not really tedious. Like, by the end of the game, you could have them all at max level without, like, hardcore grinding.
Yeah, and, like, I currently have I have uploaded, they're publishing day by day to YouTube, my playthrough of Terra's story in Birth by Sleep. He's just one of 3 characters that you play, and it's kind of like Sonic Adventure where it's a piecemeal kind of thing. And you explore their sides of the stories with each character. And I only spent a couple hours max level grinding to hell those commands to get the ones that were either recommended or that I wanted for the game. So by the end of it, I had those spells, and they were leveled to the max. Didn't help with some of the bosses, because like I said, they're randomized as fuck for their patterns. But it was not that tedious to actually level them up, because they level up passively. You get some other ways to get XP. Like there's a command called EXP Walker, and you get that by you get 1 XP for every step you take. So that makes it faster. Tell me when to drop anchor.
Ready to drop the anchor?
Yeah.
And now.
All right.
And
so
it should whip around. Boop.
Yeah. So that's how it works in Birth by Sleep. And you start out with only like 3 or 4 slots for spells, but then you get like close to 10, I think, or something like that by the end of the game. Mm-hmm. And then you have enough spells to really whoop the last several bosses in the game. Although the last boss, Xehanort, is just so ridiculous in his pattern. And
he's like super unpredictable, or he's just a pain in the ass?
You can get him into like certain patterns that he does. Like if you shoot a fire blast at him, he'll automatically dodge it. But other than that, you can't really predict what he did. If you try to stun him, he will randomly break out of the stun lock. Like there's no tell of when or if he'll do it.
As opposed to like most enemies, you can tell when they're going to.
Yeah, like, or you can time it after a while where you'll see it, or you'll know when to expect it. And Dream Drop Distance isn't that much better, but most of the lower tier bosses are actually easier to deal with in both games rather than the higher ones. But it gets worse as it goes along in terms of that. Like, but at least Birth by Sleep, I think it was easier to deal with in terms of like some things. Like, I think the story in Birth by Sleep is overall better told and scripted than it is in Dream Drop Distance. Because in every, like, I don't know whether to call them spin-offs or just handheld games, because all of these games were on either the DS's or the PSP. But they are technically side games, I would say, but they're just as important for some reason. I don't know. Nomura loves to make every game in the Kingdom Hearts game matter even a little bit.
I don't hate the mobile games. In fact, I kind of in some ways prefer the mobile game. Well, not mobile games as in on the phone. Handheld games as opposed to console games, because they're a lot easier to play in segments than it is for, like, for example, with God of War, there was no way in hell I was going to beat God of War if I didn't beat it all in one shtick. Like, if I took a break and went and played another game, I would not be able to pick it back up. Not that the game isn't good, just I wouldn't be able to. As opposed to mobile, like, handheld games, they're more designed around the ability to just go, oh, hey, I remember I have this game, let me play it. So
Barnacle
we gotta kill
K.
2 captains on Barnacle K.
And Snake Island.
Snake Island.
This is similar to one I was doing a bit ago.
Barnacle K, Snake Island.
Yeah. And
okay, I found Snake Island, means Barnacle K is close to it.
Okay. And the way that you were describing that, Birth by Sleep, every Disney World that you visit takes only about a half an hour to 45 minutes to beat, because it was a PSP game. And honestly, it's some of the best pacing, I think, in any Kingdom Hearts game thus far. Because it's just like, you don't need to get too many levels to beat the world's bosses, and it doesn't take that long to do the main shit that you need to do. So, overall, depending on how fast you go, it takes about 7, maybe 7 or 8 to like 10 hours to beat
thing to mention
each
about
character.
Games is they feel a lot more worth their money, because they usually don't like sell for as much. So like, you buy a console game, you're pretty much paying $60 for that shit.
Yeah.
Like, unless it's made by an indie company or it's on a deal or something, you're paying $60 for it. As opposed to we're not going that way. As opposed to handheld games, like, usually they only go up to $40. Like, I think even PSP and PS Vita games were $40.
Yeah.
So it was a lot nicer getting games for handhelds because you could get a lot more for your money.
Yeah. Like Pokemon Heart Gold is one of the best, not even just Pokemon games I've played, but handheld games I've ever played, because there was so much in it, in terms of not only the base stuff from Gold and Silver, but what they also brought in.
Silver because of the fact that they were remakes. So many people hated it. I'm just like, then just don't buy it.
What probably helped is that I had Gold, but I didn't play it a lot.
Like so many people who rip on Destiny 2, and it's like, oh, well, it's just Destiny 1 content and just the same enemies, and it's like, okay, then don't play it. Like, there's plenty of us who still fucking enjoy playing the game. Like, I love playing the game. You gotta enjoy the game for what you can get out of it. Like, if a game doesn't have multiplayer, for not having multiplayer, like, all of the reasons why it sucks doesn't have multiplayer. Like, unless it's stated to be a feature in the game. Like, for example, this is one thing that is a credible thing that you can rip on State of Decay 1 for. It said it was going to eventually have co-op play, and it didn't. That is an example of where you can be like, oh, no multiplayer. They promised multiplayer and there ain't shit. That is when you can rip on them for something like that.
Yeah.
Like, you can only rip on them for things in the game.
Yeah.
But
like,
that's
two games...
the gaming community. It's the same reason why we have console and PC elitists.
Yeah. Like, two games that I played earlier this year, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 1 and 2. Xenoverse 2 is very much a lot...
baller.
Yeah. The second one, personally, in some ways I enjoyed Xenoverse 2 more, because they made a bunch of improvements to it. But a lot of the story content... Yeah. A lot of the story content is copied from the first game. Same with the parallel quests and everything.
I mean, to be fair, there's only so many ways that you can write the same story in the same universe. Like,
that's
to be fair,
true,
that's
but
why, like, I don't rip on Destiny for having, like, Hive, Frozen Hive, Infected Hive, because there's only so many ways you can write, like, the same thing over and over without having to introduce something new entirely, which can be incredibly difficult, especially seeing as it's like, how did these things not exist in the world before? But go on.
Yeah. I mean, I
also get to the anchor. We'll be dropping soon.
Okay. I think some people rip on Xenoverse 1 and 2 for being very much the same, because a lot of Dragon Ball games just retell the story of the anime rather than doing something new with it, but it's just like, what do you expect? It's a Dragon Ball game.
Yeah.
It's just like, you play the games to get a power fantasy and to be your characters that you love, so...
you play the games to be able to play as your character in the anime and be like, yeah, I was there, man.
Yeah.
Not to be like, hey, yo, look, it's my own story.
Yeah. The way Xenoverse 1, though, is written, it's just like 2 degrees off center for the most part.
Anchor?
For the story. It's basically the story of the anime and manga, but just a little bit off. Which is okay for the first game, but I think for the second game they should have tried a little harder. In some ways they did, but I don't know. The DLC helps a lot, though. Like,
which DLC?
Most of it, like, most of the later DLC actually helps out a lot. Like, the last DLC that dropped has this character named Few, who is a mutant DNA mixture thing from the two main villains, Toa and Mira, from the last game. And this game. And Xenoverse 2, I mean. And the way his story thing works for the DLC is that you can do the story missions in one of 2 ways. You either side with your friends or you go with Few. I just mainly sided with Few for that. They both end basically the same way. But I think Few's storylines are actually more, like, humane than most everything else, because he actually cares about feelings, whereas everybody else really doesn't. But, it's actually really, really weird for that. But yeah, so...
You take one of the captains, I'll get the other.
Okay. So, basically, it gets really, really experimental with how they tell the story and everything, and I think it works in the DLC's favor, and I hope Xenoverse 3 incorporates some of those elements into it.
Foul bounty skull. Hope yours was worth more.
I think it is, yeah.
Does yours just look like a regular skull, or does it have like writings and shit on it?
It has symbols on it, and it is silver.
Alright, then it's worth more than this shit. Oh, I think that's actually the tier above these bronze skulls. I think that's actually a good one to have.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Like, I turned one of these in a bit ago on my quest.
I've just been, hateful. So this one is above these, I think? No, actually, it's the same thing. I thought it was different. I've just been stacking them on barrels because it's easy to see. And they're still beneath deck, so it's not like someone can just jump on and be like, hey, yo, what's up? Your shit's mine.
Yeah.
Let me store some supplies, seeing as the barrels are right on the coast.
Okay. Oh yeah, so like I said, when I was playing a bit ago, after I was like 75% done with dropping off the 4 skulls I had, some douchebag was doing a sale buy. So it's just like, I'm like what the fuck?
Did he even take your shit, or did he just like sail by to shoot you and then just kept going? Like he didn't care about your stuff, just wanted to shoot you?
He basically was trying to shoot down my ship, I think to get the shit that was on it, but I had already like got most everything on it off, so I just got the last skull and then just turned it in. Like, he shot my ship enough for it to sink, I think, and then he killed me, so, after I turned everything in, so I didn't care.
So it's more of just like a, okay, fuck you too, bro.
Yeah, basically.
Fuck up, chicken. Shut the fuck up. Alright. Let's head out. Was that it? No, I think that was only the first part of the voyage.
There are like 7 more bananas on this side of the island if you want them.
Nah.
Alright.
Next we gotta go...
I got more cannonballs too.
Alright. I'll just put all of the cannonballs in the top barrel.
Yeah.
But only one of the barrels will be maxed and it's easier to pull from.
Okay.
Well, basically maxed.
So back to Kingdom Hearts, I wanted to say about Dream Drop Distance. The game is way too easy to break. You can easily break Birth by Sleep too, and I think you can understand why with what I said about it.
Mm-hmm.
But Dream Drop Distance takes away the leveling. It takes away you can meld commands in Birth by Sleep as well when you get them leveled enough. And they can also give you extra abilities when you do so, depending on what crystal you put with them. And but they take those out. But they give you they give you the ultimate command within the Kingdom Hearts, all of the Kingdom Hearts games, the balloon commands. The lower one is just a shield attack, I believe. Yeah, it puts balloons right in front of you. The one above it, Balloonra, is a heat-seeking one that will go right at the enemies and kill them. Like, and they do stupid amounts of damage. I don't even know what to say about it. And I think it's Balloon Ga is the last form of it. And I can't remember what that does. I don't think I got it in my playthrough. But I can't imagine it's not overpowered as hell. Yeah. The one Kingdom Hearts game I outright hate is Chain of Memories. I cannot stand Chain of Memories for my life.
I think I played it. Like, that's one of the mobile ones?
Yeah, it was on the Game Boy Advanced, and it got a remake for the PS2 in 3D.
Yep, I played that.
Yeah. I played the remake because it's available in the collections.
Yeah.
Not that I don't think it could be okay, but there are severe problems with both the gameplay and the story, and I hate them both, so... It's like, I did not get much enjoyment out of that game. And I only played it for Let's Play and story purposes, so... Yeah. Oh yeah, I was thinking of possibly trying to solo a fort, but I think the skull disappeared before I could even try. When I was playing myself.
Gotta be damn good.
Yeah.
Either that or cheese the shab them with like a blunderbuss or something.
Yeah.
Get a train going. It's what I was doing with the gold people. Like I still haven't even been hit by one of those gold skellies yet, so I have no idea how hard they hit. Because I just fucking blow them up before they could do anything.
I think they hit just about as hard as a regular one, so... I don't know.
So they're just tougher in terms of...
Yeah, they have more durability. Because they're gold and that makes them harder, I guess.
Quote unquote, even though gold is the softest metal.
Yeah.
That's why in Minecraft that shit breaks faster than fucking leather. Because it's just...
They applied real-world physics to it.
Like, it's valuable, sure. But is it really worth the effort?
Nope. Essentially in this game they kind of make it adamantium.
The appearance of silver as well, so I don't even fuck with gold. I'd rather get silver over gold any day.
Yeah.
Except for in terms of like tangible wealth, if I were to just sell it because gold is worth more than silver, but I digress.
Yeah.
It should be these 3 little islands that are coming up shortly.
Yeah. Does gold rust though?
Gold does rust, yes.
Okay, so at least that makes sense.
I was just about to lower the anchor and I don't even fucking know why. Technically, all metals rust unless they're tarnished.
Right.
Okay. And the storm keeps pushing us a little off course. I was gonna say, I swear it was the islands that we were supposed to be heading toward.
Yeah. Unexpected rain tomorrow where I live.
I don't mind if I get rain here. I actually like the rain.
Yeah.
Makes it so it's not so fucking hot.
Oh yeah,
I
definitely.
was sweating bullets today. Back of my shirt was just sopping wet from like the hours of 3 to like 6. Also, I saw a cannon shoot.
Yeah.
Fort here? Oh no, it's just a lone cannon. Go.
Yeah, I was just about to do that.
Actually, hang on. I'm gonna need you to drop the anchor.
I don't think we have much damage at all down there.
Get ready to drop the anchor. That one might have hit us. That one might have hit us. And drop it. Because I want to get us out of cannon range.
Oh yeah, we have one pole.
Yeah.
And it was where that one went to the water.
Yeah. Because, like, it landed just close enough where I was like, yeah, that probably skimmed the bottom. Alrighty, that cannon won't shoot our ship, and we can go fucking kill him. Well, there's a snake warning there, so I assume there's probably a lot of snakes here.
Okay. Oh yeah, and there's another strat for the forts. Basically, get to a place where the cannons stop shooting you before you park. And don't take care of the cannoneers because they will alert you to when if other people get there. Yep. Pro strats. Oh.
Oop, here's the captain.
Where?
Holy shit! Well, it did a spicy charge attack and knocked me off. So now I gotta make my way back up there. Almost killed me.
Oh shit! I'm almost dead. Captain Shelley. Presaging?
Press gang.
Ah.
Gotcha, bitch. Yo, fuck these ones that do those charge attacks and knock you way the hell back.
Is there a second one on this island? Or no, that's the last one.
Alrighty, back to the ship.
Yep.
Hakeem has made no mention yet if he's ready or not, but...
He said 5 or so, so I don't know. Oh shit, we have one ball on the ship.
5 or so for him could be like 5 or so fucking months with how fucking Hakeem is.
Yep.
How the hell did we get up?
I have no idea.
Oh, back there. What the fuck?
Yeah, I didn't see that either when I got off, so...
We would have came back and the ship was fucking sunk. Oh.
Nearest outpost... Unless you have one more that you want to do.
Got one more.
Okay.
And Hakeem hasn't said that he was on yet, so...
Alright, so...
Alrighty, we're going
Cutlass
to
K.
Cutlass K. Here it is.
Yep. I was about to say, if you wanted me to check the names of the places, then you could find them on the map.
Cutlass K. They're both in a line from here to the southeast, so this should actually be pretty quick. Usually, you raise the anchor.
I know. I was turning the wheel so we would start turning when it took off. And turn to the southeast. And there's that bullshit. I think we have a hole.
This is very likely. We got a hole. We're taking on very light amount of water because it landed up on the upper deck. Oh, hey, look, another hole up on the upper deck.
The way I was taking the captains down on these is just finding a gunpowder barrel and waiting until they showed up to shoot the barrel and kill them. I either died or took on heavy damage a couple times, but did the job. Tell you what show I'm waiting for to come back at the end of the month, Arrested Development. It has been way too long since the last season.
That's like slightly on the starboard side.
That's it?
Like it's more in front, but that one that's right there in front of us with all those fucking seagulls flying over it, we gotta go to that one.
Figured. And we are going with the wind, so I'll angle this differently.
Bullocks.
There we go.
Fell off the ship, so get ready to do your own anchor.
Oh, I've done that a few times already, so... Alright, pull up the sail.
Thankfully, it's in swimming distance, so
And turn towards the island, I think is... Yep.
there's a storm brewing.
Yep. Fucking go! You just wanted to... This guy just wanted to do fisticuffs. But yeah, these guys die in like one bullet hit. If you can manage to hit them.
I was just about to say, if you hit them, as I just like watch that bullet fly right past.
Yeah, shit, I only have one bullet left. I'm Captain Jack Sparrow. Usually I can hit these guys really good if they're not, like, making me go backwards.
So that pig was a skeleton's hand popping up for a second, so...
I almost got him. They fucking run away like such pussies. Captain Lost at Sea, Kaczynski.
Stay away, skeleton. Ooh, there's Hakeem.
There he is.
See, that was perfect timing. We just finished this last voyage.
Right, launch.
You got a
Did we? I think we have one more, don't we? Cutlass K.
One more if you have a voyage. Oh, right, we do. I forgot about that one.
Alright, let's see where it is really quick.
It's just continuing in the same direction. It's to the southeast.
Oh, I see.
Alright, crank it that way so we don't hit the sandbar, and then raise them.
What are you eating, Hakeem?
A piece of cherry cake.
Okay.
Which one is it? Is it the smaller one or is it the large one over there? I think it's the smaller one.
Well, while I wait
Yes,
for
it
y'all,
is.
I'm gonna play some games. I'll play some
Some
other
Splat.
games. Yeah.
Some Toon Splat 2.
I had to pre-order that expansion.
These waves to stop fucking me with me, that'd be great.
I'm curious, what exactly is the definition of magnetic your PC is using?
Want to say that again without the dick in your mouth?
Huh?
Specifically, Vladimir Putin's.
That was racist, me.
Well, really, was it, comrade?
You ready to drop the anchor?
Some would say a cultural appropriation, but that shit does not exist.
Did you have Splatoon for your
Drop.
No.
Damn.
I only had Smash Bros. And Bayonetta 1 and 2, and Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess
Wind
HD, and Wind Waker HD.
Yeah, I remember Wind Waker and Smash. At one point, I wanted the Wii U just for Wind Waker HD.
I kind of hope that they do port those games to the Switch eventually.
Oh, you mean
Smash
like
and
what they
Bayonetta.
do in Smash?
Smash and Bayonetta.
No, I meant the Zelda games.
Don't know. I'm not gonna say I doubt it. It's pretty much everything else on the fucking Wii U is imported, but
Benjamin slain, huh?
eventually.
How did it feel going to hell after Lenny Couture killed you?
I forgot. There's more.
Two.
That was just his first mate.
Yeah. I didn't refill on ammo.
Yeah, I forget to do that like every other raid. Well, not every other raid. Every time we go out.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a fart.
Then fart.
Did she message me?
I don't know why, but every so often I keep remembering there was. You guys ever hear of that Disney show So Random?
No.
I remember So Raven.
Nah. I mean, it was a sketch comedy show that Disney had on for a while because Demi Lovato didn't want to do more Sunny with a Chance because she was going through personal issues at the time. Don't care, but there was this one stupid fucking sketch on that show where they
Yo, do we have a hole somewhere?
they had this. It's raining, so
Maybe the rain is what's causing it. God
Yeah.
damn. Didn't think it'd be that bad.
but so
But
so
you
What do you
should be
mean
able to
listing?
just join off of us.
So there was this one really stupid sketch on So Random where there was this Irish teacher, and every time he kept saying 4 or 40, it sounded like he was saying farty. That kind of shitty humor was what was on So Random. But yeah, and then they kind of subverted it towards the end of the sketch by having him say
Get ready for some holes.
what?
In the
Oh,
time that it
shit.
took me to go down and look at the map board, that wrong. Oh, actually, there's only one hole.
Yeah.
That's...
Alright, I can't join you guys. Never mind, I don't remember.
After this, we'll start a new match, and you'll be able to join. Or not match, group.
Is that a sloop right there?
Where?
I think it is.
Oh yeah, that is.
Yep.
You want me to check where
They
another?
just came from the outpost,
outpost?
we're going to.
You want me to check where another one is?
It's literally right here. Like, we shouldn't have to worry about anything.
True.
The Ku Klux Klan. Wow, my teeth hurt, but it's only 11:41. What? It's not even 2:30 yet.
The fuck up.
I'm actually seeing that new Facebook message thing that you put in there, Hakeem.
Uh,
You ready to drop the anchor?
Alright. Oh yeah, but I forgot to say the last thing I was going to say about that sketch from So Random.
And drop it.
Basically, the guy, the teacher, he farted and then he says, "Oh, I forted." And he realizes why the students were laughing at him when he said farty instead of 40.
wow.
Yeah. And then he's just like, "Detention for all of you," which I actually kind of felt was a little bit funny. And they're just like, "Yep, that's fair." I felt that was the only funny part of that sketch, because it was actually okay.
Now, why do people take notes in college when you can just record the lectures without consent?
I don't know.
That's a legit question.
Why do I ask you people if I can record your voices for our videos when I just do
I don't even
anyways?
take notes. Hakeem, did I tell you about the fact that my last semester I fucking got a 4.0 and I was literally playing solitaire in every single class? I didn't give a single fuck and passed every single class with a perfect score.
Yeah.
That was basically me in college algebra senior year. I knew everything already because I had taken other algebra courses, and I was just passing it with straight A's, basically.
Professor, this guy's syllabus, from what I'm reading, he'll drop you from the course if you fail the first exam.
That's fucking retarded.
He said it's a screening exam, and if you can't pass the first exam, you need to either reevaluate your studying habits or reevaluate whether or not you're actually fit for the career you're pursuing that leads you to take this class.
Jesus Christ, this guy's brutal.
Yeah, so he said, fail the first exam, well, get your ass packed. You better.
Is he
register
Japanese
for
at all?
a credit class if you take for. Nah, he's like German or some shit.
Okay.
His name is like Edward Klenschweiner. Klenschweinner.
Yeah, you can tell how Germanic or Eastern or whatever the fuck names are by how they sound. Like one of the random pirate names or first mate names that appear in this game is Kaczynski. That is a German name. Or at least East European.
Yeah. I was gonna say, it sounds like Czechish to not Czechish, but like Czech-ish to me.
Yeah.
Alright, I think there's just the one more skull on the ship.
Yep.
I'm taking back one now.
But yeah, so yeah, I like how in some professor syllabi, it's like, do not record my lectures without my consent. It's like, you best damn well believe I am. Hakeem, why do you always sit in the front? No reason. I just like learning.
I just want to make sure I hear you all correctly. And by you, by me, I mean my recorder.
See, I sit in like the middle back, far enough back that like I can still see, and I'm not close to the people who are always going to be rowdy as fuck, so I don't draw attention, and I can just play games in peace. So.
That makes sense.
And by play games, I mean literally sit there and play solitaire and look at what's on the slide, go back to playing solitaire.
Yep.
I think it legitimately helps me retain information. I'm not even joking.
Oh yeah.
I
can see that.
It'll be good.
And I have a notepad open so that whenever a topic changes or whenever a question is asked, I note down the time and I note down the topic or question being asked. And then when I need to study, I have a huge notepad document referencing all my recordings. And I fucking like, hey, I need to learn about nucleophilic substrate reactions. Okay, that's lecture number 4, time 12:20. Okay, here we go. Then I get to hear the professor's sweet words about chemistry all over again.
Aren't we gonna start a new thing for Hakeem to join?
Yep, I'm just beaching the shit for the wall.
Okay.
Well,
It's kind of like what we did at the end of our playing Hakeem the other day. Remember when we had a fucking gunpowder barrel below deck and I just blew it up for the hell of it.
Can you see me? I'm about to go.
Yeah.
Alright, let's see how many holes that made. Let's count them.
Which is odd, because I can't see holes on the outside of this thing.
What the actual fuck? Why is this sloop, like, indestructible? We have literally ran, like, headlong into shit, and it'll just go, like, teep, and take, like,
And the sloop will be just like, fuck it, who cares?
It's just leaving with us.
Yep.
I mean, without us.
Yeah.
It might actually eventually turn back around. And
yeah, it's curving.
Because I do still have it cranked.
It's curving.
Basically, whenever you're ready.
I didn't get an invite either. Like my thing is being dumb or. Yeah.
No, I
she didn't send one yet, so.
Because then we'll back out. Yeah.
Okay, so then I press that and then.
Did you quit the game already, Nick?
I was looking at beards.
What the fuck? Shit, I think the ship is sinking.
Yeah, it should be sinking.
Oh, you said it too?
But, I mean, there was a hole in it. I didn't patch up the hole.
Oh, did you start a new game, Hakeem?
Yeah.
Okay. And Nick, are you going to that now?
From my screen.
I did from mine too, but let me see. Okay, I just checked my
inventory.
inventory.
His profile, you can join up them.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, I could check my notifications though.